start to get free and feel.
Right. Lie down on your back. And have a strap and blocks. Draw your knees to your chest. Oh. Just take a moment on your back to check in with yourself, tune in. We'll take more than just a moment. Let's let the legs go. Place the feet on the earth. Lift your toes and then lower the top of the foot. Lower the ball of the foot and the toes back down. Lift the ball of the foot up and the toes up. Lower the balls of the feet and the toes down. One more time. Lift the balls of the feet and the toes up. And lower the balls of the feet and place the toes down. Squeeze your big toes, all your toes into the mat or ground, and just feel how that activates the glutes without activating the glutes directly, like with your brain. Just do the toes and notice if there's like a cofactor of glute. And then relax the toes, take your fingers to the base of your skull and follow the hairline to the jaw. Wrap your fingers around the top and bottom of the jaw at the edge and just pull down very gently. Just a suggestion. Like you're not actively adding too much pressure. You're just directing the lower jaw down softly. Breathe here. Full round of breath, letting the shoulders move down onto the back properly. Breathe again. And again, take your fingertips to the base of the skull at the center. Follow the hairline with your fingers and then hold top and bottom that jaw hinge and pull down softly. More of an encouragement. This is a reset for the glutes. One more time. Take your fingertips to the base of the skull in the center. Slide across the bottom of the hairline, right at that hairline, and then crimp your fingers around the jaw and encourage the jaw hinge to open softly. Breathe, shoulders down. Breathe. Release your hands down, place them on your belly. Squeeze your toes again and into the floor and notice if the glutes respond more or less. And then relax your toes. Lift your elbows off the ground. Hands are stacked and they are just below the belly button. Breathe underneath your hands. Lift your hands, move that pile of hands to the diaphragm, right at the lower rib cage, right at the base of the ribs, and breathe there. Elbows are up. Compared to the belly, this might be more open or less open, more available or less available. You may feel constricted more on one side or the other. Just observe. There's a lot of muscles in play here. Lift the hand pile, place the other hand on top, keep your elbows lifted. Bring the hands to the upper chest. Same thing, breathe under the hands. Same sort of observations you may notice. This feels open or constricted. One side may feel more or less than the other. And then bring both your hands down by your sides. Take a few restful breaths, sliding the shoulder blades properly onto the back and the shoulders down away from the ears. Just notice where the breath wants to go. Interlace your fingers, make a steeple, and begin the pullovers of fingers pointing straight up to the sky and then reaching all the way back behind you, squeezing in tightly toward your ears. We'll do 10 of these. Allow for gentle arching in the low back and in the neck. Neutral spine. And reach when you hit that 10th one. Try to straighten the elbows, squeeze the head, reach, 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 reach. And reach so far that maybe you even feel this in the hip flexors. The feet are stapled down. Snow angel your arms apart out into a T. Turn the thumbs down toward the toes. Slide your arms. I can move back away from Bruiser. Slide your arms down by your side and then back up to T height. So you're just doing half of a snow angel. Thumbs start down by your side and back up to the T. They're pointing toward the front of the mat. Don't let your shoulders shrug up. Use the floor as a gauge. We'll do 5 more of these. You can have your arms lifted just above the floor or have them on the floor. It's up to you. I've let my knees fall in. That feels nice. They're touching. On the 10th one, if you haven't lifted your arms up from the floor, do so. Just let them hover at that T with the thumbs down. Keep them lifted just off the ground. Turn the thumbs up and down, rotating at the shoulder, rotating at the arm bone inside the shoulder socket. And really turn those thumbs down toward the floor and back toward the floor. So as you rotate, internal rotation, keep going, and external rotation, keep going, till in both instances the thumbs are pointing directly down. Two more of these. Deep, deep arm bone rotation in the shoulder socket. And then shake out your hands. Take your fists to your forehead, thumbs pointing down toward your chin, elbows back as far as they can go. Mine are trying to press into the floor. Then bring your elbows all the way to touch, all the way out to the ground, all the way together. Do 25 of these. Hands stay on the head. I'm at 20. 1, 2. And when you get to 25, squeeze those elbows down. Try to relax the muscles in the neck. Make sure there's still a nice arch in your low back and neck. Notice if any weird stuff, in my case, my left hip flexor is not turned off. It is trying to do this for me, and that's not its job. So I'm going to, with my brain, try to disconnect that, untangle that connection. I'm going to breathe and ask my left hip flexor to chill. Then lift your fist toward the ceiling so you have a goalpost, your elbows in line with shoulders, wrists in line with elbows, and you're just going to press down into the floor. The sliding door, we'll just do 10 of these, pressing down. The sliding doors are the shoulder blades, sliding hopefully somewhat well toward and away from each other. Push down. Are both shoulder blades moving? Do you need to move one? It's probably pretty tired, the one that doesn't want to move, because it's been, who knows, up to something. And then relax your arms. Relax your hands open. Take and gently place them back on your body, on your belly, and on your chest. And just observe the rise and the fall. Follow the breath as it naturally occurs. And then let that left leg slide long on the floor. Pull the right knee close to your chest. Give it a nice squeeze and circle that knee. Warming up inside that hip socket. And go the other way. Circle the knee the other way. Open the knee out to the right and pull up toward the armpit. Smooth down your torso and left leg with your hand. Work at the level of the skin. You're not digging in here. Take your right hand below the right knee, upper knee, and push the leg into the hand, and the hand resists so that you're activating those abductors. Get them really active. Find that resistance point and go as hard as you can with both. Leg into hand, hand into leg. Really ramp up the intensity. Squeeze your abs, activate your abs, get that core on. Whew. Let it relax. Notice the knee naturally, that flexibility is more. You have more stretch there. And then bring the knee into the midline. Shift your hips to the right. Reach your right arm open. Spinal hip twist here. Unhinge your right or unhike your right hip. Roll it away from the waistline. Look over the right shoulder. Exaggerate the length from your big left toes through the crown of the head. Your one long pogo stick. Direct the breath into the upper half of the torso. Let the eyes relax here. And then keeping your face still and turn to the right, move your eyes to the right and the back wall, as far back as you can look. And then down as far to the front left as you can. So the opposite diagonal. And then center your eyes, close them, let them rest. See if the twist wants to go a little deeper. Nice. And then reach to the right arm, roll onto your back, hug yourself again. Circle the knees. So holding on to the knees, circle them as one. And go the other way. Let the right leg sprawl out in front of you. Circle the left knee. Bring your mind into that hip socket. Go the other way. As it's heating up that synovial fluid, it's getting easier to move. Pull the leg to the left armpit with your right hand, smooth the torso and the right hip, working skin level. Place the left hand like a shelf underneath your upper left knee. Push that knee into the hand and the hand into the knee. Find that power. Ramp it up. Keep ramping it up. Activate your core. Feel it integrate here. And keep going. Make it a little more intense. Maybe it even cramps in that abductor. Go, 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 squeeze. And let it relax. Notice it goes. You get more flexibility for a moment. And then shift your hips to the left. Reach your left arm open. Twist. Stretch through your right toes, right foot's toes, and lengthen through the spine and head. Whew. Left arm is directly out of that shoulder. Turn the head to the left. Unhike your left hip. Breathe. Relax your eyes for a moment. Let them settle back into their sockets. Blink them open, keeping the head turned to the left. If they stay still, look up to the left back wall. As far as you can, up and to the left. And then down to the right. So toward the wall in front of you, to the right corner. And then center your eyes again, close them, let them relax. Deep breath. See if the twist wants to go a little further on that exhale. Caramba. Reach through the left arm, roll yourself onto your back, pull those knees close to the torso. Split the hands under your butt, knees stay together, legs come together, extend your legs straight out in front of you, and then draw them all the way up to your chest. Your butt's gonna come off the floor a little bit. All the way out in front of you, long leg, and then knees into chest, pull them in. Head can be down or head can be up. We'll do 10 of these. I'm exhaling as I draw the legs in, inhaling as I take the legs out. If it feels more natural to do it the other way, go ahead. Hold the legs hovering out in front of you and lift the head if you can. If not, have it on the floor and begin to scissor the legs. Scissor, swim, kick the legs, 10 each side. 6, 5, and a 4, 3, 2, 1. Both legs up. Lift the butt up off the hands. Hold. Squeeze the belly toward the floor. Hold. Lift the toes a little higher. And relax it down. Hug your knees. Rock all the way up and over into a forearm plank, which we're going to hold. I'm going to set a timer. Let's start with 30 seconds and just see how that goes. I think that'll be easy for you. Let's try 45 seconds. Let's make it a tiny bit of a challenge. I'm going to hit go. Okay, I'm hitting go. So get on those elbows and hold. Okay, it's possible I set it for 45 minutes. That's too long. Gonna reset it. Okay. Make sure you're nice and long here, heels pointing up toward the ceiling. And use the muscles we've already turned on. Tummy is in. Squeeze those adductors in. Resist gravity here and lengthen out your side bodies. Try to put more weight into the wrist bones. Use your breathing. Feel your hamstrings. 5 more seconds left. And down. How'd it go? Good? Good. All right, that was just a little bit over 45 seconds. So good job. Crawl your elbows forward, palms on the floor. Pull here until you feel your tummy get a nice release or stretch. And by tummy, it could feel like hip flexors because that could be what you're stretching. My shoelaces side of my feet are down, and I'm pulling isometrically my elbows toward my hip bones. And I'm pulling my telescoping my chest forward. Now, here's what I'm not doing that I want to do. Wrap my shoulder blades, my shoulders back. So I want to wrap those shoulder blades onto the back and toward each other a lot. Now, the upper part, sure, but I want to get that lower part, those lower shoulder blades. Can you guys feel those? And let's just pulse those apart and together. Little pulses there. I gotta take my elbows a little more forward and really focus on those bottom tips coming in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Flip your palms up toward the sky. Bend the knees, take the feet right and left. You might feel a bit of a quad stretch here. No, my palms are just still in cobra. I'm not grabbing my feet at all. My hands are still cobra. It's just my palms are up. Yeah. And let's do another 45 seconds, or should we try a minute? If you want a minute, put your thumb up. Y'all want a minute? Okay. Let's do a minute. Hold on, reset. Okay, and go. Forearm plank, 1 minute. Bringing that weight forward onto the wrist and squeezing everything else in toward the midline. Wrap those shoulder blades, pull the tummy in, lengthen the sides. Make sure the neck is chill. And then breathe. Halfway there. Ten more seconds. Nice. 1 minute, you guys. Excellent. Come on down. Stretch the lats with a child's pose. Hips to heels, arms extended out in front of you. Drop the head. Feel your sides get nice and long. Draw your belly in and roll up to sit. Really squeeze your abs to come up. Sweep the arms up. Bend the right elbow. And left hand holds the right elbow. Tricep stretch here. It's important that the elbow be positioned directly above the shoulder. And if you can see yourself, that might be helpful for this one. Or you could probably just feel it. So for me, there's a sweet spot where I feel the stretch and then pretty much I don't feel it. I'm not in that sweet spot. And other side. And you're trying to feel the tricep, the back of the arm, get the stretch. Head pushes back a little bit to help it. And release, shake out the hands and shoulders. Head and neck maybe. Spread the hands, walk the feet back, holding plank for a moment. Hips go to the sky, down dog, pedal out your dog. Massaging into the legs here, getting some energy into the calves, the Achilles. We want to innervate them. They don't have as many blood vessels as other parts of the body, and they get depleted, and we become quite vulnerable here. Come back down onto your hands and knees. Pat up your knees if they're sensitive. Hands are under the shoulders. We're going to do donkey kicks here. Knee comes back down to the floor, right side. Heel is flexed. Lift the knee up to the height of the glute, not higher. Keep the belly in, and we'll do 15 of these on this side. Wrap those shoulders down, away from the ears. Keep the belly pulled in. And Elena, like this. You're doing fire hydrant, which is great too, but we're just going straight up. And I want you to be aware of the rotation that's in your hip right now. So in your case, Selena, the hip is externally rotated and it's making your knee torque. Try to have your hip, that's better. And it's worth it to look if there's a place you can see yourself so you can see if it's aligned or not. After you've done 15, switch to the opposite side. It is extremely challenging to know in our own body when we're twisted because to our brain, it feels normal. It's rewired. It's taken a different road so many times to divert it from whatever injury we had at some point that feels normal. So sometimes you need to check it. Verify. Draw those deeper lower belly muscles in toward the spine. After your last one, come back down onto your elbows, side plank. Right hand goes left, right? So you're making it's parallel to the front edge of the mat. Spin onto the edges of your feet. Heels are pointed to the right, toes to the left. Side plank hold. Hips are up away from the floor. To modify, that right knee can be down. Lift your hips and cinch your waist. Snatch your waist, as the kids say. Shift it to the center. Come onto your forearms. We're going to hold here for 15 seconds. And go onto that left forearm. Left forearm faces the right side of the mat, right edge. Heel spin to the left. Lift your hips. Neck is as neutral as you can, which means it's in line with the rest of your spine, which again might feel uncomfortable or weird. Squeeze your tummy, find those corset muscles. And back to the elbows, back to the tummy. Sorry, not tummy. Forearm plank, tummy facing the floor, holding for another, just 10 more seconds. Holding here, squeeze it. And then let the hips come down to the floor. Walk the elbows forward, pull into that cobra, feel that stretch, lifting the rib cage away from the frontal hip points. Elbows pulling toward the frontal hip points. And see if you can drag yourself, telescope the chest forward, wrap the bottom tips of the shoulder blades toward each other. And feel belly muscles or hip flexors stretch. And then come on down, rest your head on your hands, and windshield wipe your feet, legs, or the shins, side to side. Have the blocks near the front of the mat. And bring your hands by your chest. Make your way to down dog. Right leg up, bend the knee. And now fire hydrant position, open up that hip. Lift the knee higher, activating inner and outer muscles of the leg. Square the hips, lunge forward with the right foot, lower the left knee, come straight up here. Hands onto the right thigh, tailbone slightly tucked, shoulders stacked over the hips, squeeze bottom tips of shoulder blades together. Now, we're not going to lunge too deeply. Just move your hip, pelvis forward slightly. And it takes a few moments to feel this. Left shoelace side is down, left foot shoelace side is down. Press it down to the floor. Push right ball the foot into the floor, isometrically scissoring the legs. Waiting to feel something in that left hip. Hands come down, knee goes back, and lift the hips up to down dog. Left leg up, squeeze into that donkey kick, then fire hydrant, the hip open. So you're activating the hamstrings, then opening. And lifting the knee higher, maybe you feel that using inner and outer thigh. Square the hips, lunge forward, lower right knee, pad it up as needed. Come straight up, hands onto the left leg. Tailbone slightly tucks, move the pelvis just subtly forward. Isometrically pull left heel back, right knee forward. See if you can eventually, when everything else settles down, feel this in the right hip. Squeeze shoulder blades. Breathe. Core is on. Core is on. Right shoelace side down. Right toe shoelace side down. Push down through that foot and the ball of the left foot. Hopefully you felt a little something. Hands down, step back plank. Strength here. Utilize the same things that you used in forearm plank. Squeeze into the midline. Now bend your elbows, hold. If you can, hold close to the floor, low push up. Now come through. Up dog, shoelace side, pushing down, big toe, pushing down into the mat. Roll over them, down dog. Ujjayi breath, lift pelvic floor, suck it up, suck up into that Uddiyana Bandha, Jalandhara Bandha. So pelvic floor, tummy, throat, all on. And then walk forward. Inhale, look forward, squeeze pelvic floor muscles, Kegel. Exhale, melt down, heavy. And relax the Kegel here or not. Push down into the floor with hands and big toes. Feel your legs like roots down into the earth as you rise. You're like a root vegetable. Lift up and back. You're still so rooted. And then hands to the heart. Roots. Spread your toes. Spread the balls of the feet. Feel as though there were moisture in rich soil underneath you. Almost swirling around your legs, holding you steady. Feel that piezoelectricity as you push down into this earth. The electricity rises up through the body. Release the hands down, spin the palms open. Feel as your shoulder blades more attuned now, they draw together. Your chest is just so available. Imagine rays of light from your heart energy being illuminated by that giant sun and moon. Leo sun, Aquarius moon. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale and dive forward. Inhale, looking up and step back, left foot, right foot, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Right leg up in the air. Hydrant that hip open. Use a little more effort. Pull that knee up. Square the hips, step up to the right hand. Use your block, half moon. Push down into that right foot. Lift that left leg up. Flex the left foot, reach the left arm up. Look up with the right eye toward the left thumb. Look down to the floor. Bend your top knee. Squeeze the hamstring muscles, maybe catch that left foot. Gently coaxing that knee in line with the hip, so back perhaps a little bit. Looking back up. Pushing the foot into the hand to activate it a little more. If you want to try, look to the ground, pick up your right hand, and chin mudra, monkey mudra, bringing that hand to hold the chin. Placing the right hand back down, re-extending the left leg. Step to the back of the mat, turn to the left edge of the mat. Bend your left knee as comfortably as you can, as deeply as you can comfortably, and take a side lunge here. Flex your right toes, inner right groin stretch. Squeeze your sits bones together for stability's sake. Prepare your right foot to step, put weight on it, but we're going to stay facing the long edge of the mat. So turning to that left edge, right foot, just said the wrong foot, right foot gets weight on it. Bring your hands between your feet. Inhale, lengthen and look forward. Legs are slightly internally rotated. Hopefully the sits bones are able to move away from the midline. Hands to the hips. Inhale, come on up. Bring your hands to prayer, and you're going to bend your left knee and then step your feet together at the front of the mat. You're going to step out to the right, lunge to the right, and step your feet together. Step out to the left, bend that knee, side lunge, step your feet together. Step out to the right, side lunge, and together. Keep going. Two more on each side. Bring the feet together and turn to face the front of the mat. Release the hands down, squeeze the bottom tips of the shoulder blades together. Root your legs down. Push down into the earth. Feel steady, held. Lift pelvic floor. Feel the rays of the heart, illuminated by the rays of the sun. Big Leo sun. Inhale, arms up. Head up and back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, looking up, and step the right foot back and the left foot back, plank. Low push-up hold. Try to hold here, hover. Use your muscles. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Left leg up, bend the knee, open it up. Marionette that leg up higher. Find those strings, lift it. Square the hips, step forward. Use your block if you like, half moon. Lunge down, lunge down into that left foot, right arm high. Launch down, maybe. Finding balance here. Maybe looking up with your left eye to the top hand. maybe bending that top leg and reaching for that foot. Aligning the knee and hip. Maybe looking down, adding monkey mudra, chin to hand to the chin. Put it back down. And release the leg, half moon. Step the right foot all the way back. Face your right edge of the mat. Deep low lunge here. As deeply as you can go safely. Bend that right knee, flex that left foot. Squeeze the sits bones. Get a nice bit of engagement on that left adductor. Getting ready to bear weight on that left foot too. Come into Prasarita. Line up your toes facing the long right edge of the mat. Hands centered. Inhale, look forward. Wrap the shoulder blades onto the back. Widen the sits bones by internally rotating the thighs. Forward fold here. Let the head come down. Tummy drawn in. Breathe. How about those shoulder blades? Keeping them together. Widen the feet. If the head's not down, put the head down. Make a little shelf with your elbows and pick up your feet. Rest your knees on your upper arm and pick up your feet. Maybe bring the knees to the chest and legs up for a tripod. One way or another, you're in some sort of tripod. Any of the variations here, legs could be up, knees can be in the arms, and feet can practice coming up. That might be enough. Keep lifting the shoulder blades. Return your feet safely to the ground and hang again. Hold your ankles if you can. Just let the head hang, shoulder blades up, giving the neck some traction here with gravity as your friend. Release the hands, bring the elbows down, and be mindful of your knees. This can strain them. Take your legs wide apart on the mat for like a straddle. I hesitate to say split. I don't want you to have any expectation, but just as wide as they can go. Stretching adductors here. Inner groin, deep inner groin, side split. Stretch. Knees can be micro bent or bent. This is, you gotta listen to your body. And as you guys know, my favorite thing is when you're at your edge and I'm at my edge, whatever we look like, we're in the same place. They may look really different, but we're both at our edges, and that is the point of this. Regulate your nervous system around so it may it's asking is this an alarm? Is this too intense? And if it's not, which it shouldn't be, because I want you to back away from too much, regulate the nervous system. Breathe and let your body know. Use your front brain to soothe the limbic brain. Which is a really, as we know, important skill. And then straighten the arms. Toe heel your feet back to a nice, comfortable 3.5 feet apart. Inhale, look up. Pivot your hands toward the left foot so that you're now in a lunge, pivoting your feet to the front of the mat and launch off your back foot, step forward. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, nice deep yawn. Widen your feet, hip width distance. Grab your strap or use your hands, interlace them at your back and wrap your arms back. I don't know if this gets lost for most people, but I have to remind myself that, yes, I'm using my upper arms, but the point of this is pecs, is chest. So make sure that that's what's You're including a chest stretch, an opener of the chest muscles here. Tummy pulls in and you just hang. Release that, bend the knees, reach the hands forward as a counterweight, and then let your booty come down to the mat. Sit on your booty. Come into bent knee boat or straight leg boat. Hold your boat. Hold your boat. Squeeze your tummy, squeeze your legs together. Then flex your feet, bring the heels to the floor and lift them back up. 10, 9, 8. I'm exhaling as I lift the feet. At 5, I'm going to start punching. So can I coordinate that? Yes, I can, but it's a little weird. Heels are coming up and down, and I'm punching diagonally. And I really don't know how to count, but I'll do 3 more. I don't know how many that was. And then hold, come down to half boat, come down to your low back, feet hover, shoulders. Hovers may be an exaggeration. They're about a foot off the ground. Shoulders are about a foot off the ground. Low back is pushing really a lot firmly and extend through those big toes. Reach them. Oh. And then come all the way down. Plop it down. Whew. Feet in a bridge position. Let the knees fall together in constructive rest. Hands come onto the body. Again, belly, chest, and just observe the breath. Good. Bring your feet hip width distance, knees hip width distance, feet just a little bit farther out than your hands. Raise the right leg up, and we're going to come up off the floor and all the way back down, raising this up with the glutes, primarily the left one now. And we'll do 5 each side. And bring that right foot down when you're ready and do the other side. And you're coming all the way down in between. When you do the 5th one, left foot down, put both feet down and raise both hips at the same time, both butts. Wrap your arms underneath you. Use those shoulder blades. Pull your chest open. Interlace the fingers if that's an option, or grab a fistful of mat and activate the back muscles by pulling the mat apart. Create a nice long piece of real estate from knees to the collarbones. Belly strong here. Pull towards spine. Heart moving away from hip bones. Again, illuminating rays of the heart, mingling with the rays of the sun. Leo is bold, wants to be seen and heard so badly, but courageous and fun and playful and silly. And caring. Release the hands, widen the shoulders, and slowly come down 1 vertebra at a time. Your gorgeous spine. Let the soles of the feet come together, the knees splay open. Comfortably bring the shoulder blades onto the back. Relax the neck muscles. Hand on belly and hand over heart. Observe the pulses and the beats below the hand. The rhythms of the body. So many of our communicators are on rhythm, our female hormones, our neurotransmitters. There are daily rhythms, there are monthly rhythms. The circadian rhythm is crucial to being alive, to feeling healthy and happy. And in the flow of life. Leave the right knee where it is. With your left hand, close that left knee up and over. Place it on the right side. But you know what? I don't want to do that. Let's go over to the left side. So we'll start with the knees pointed to the left, stacking your right hip on top of the left one, and unhike that hip. Left arm straight out of the shoulder, head down, and then the right arm, mine is nowhere near the floor. I'm turning my head to the right. And that's just how it is. It's very important that we keep the hips aligned. That's what we're going for here. And we can really see where the true rotation is without cheating with the hips. And it very much shows you where your weaknesses are, where you're locked up. This is an amazing diagnostic tool, but don't start thinking here. Just notice and breathe into any tension. But maybe let your left brain make a quick note of it. So in case you're going to get a massage or a chiropractor or any kind of body worker, you can share this with them. Like, look, hey, or my T8 or T9 is like something's up with it. Squeeze your legs, core activator. Knees come up and over to the right, and then shift and get really well aligned. Stack that left hip on the right one, glue it, unhike it, line up your right arm with your right shoulder head on the floor, and then reach that left arm out, turn the head to the left, and breathe. The goal is not to get there, because if that were the goal, we would lose the alignment. The goal is good alignment and see where there is. Squeeze the legs, turn that core on, and bring them back into the middle. Wrap your arms around your shins. Give yourself a huge, big squeeze now. You can take a little more of a chance here by really pulling in. We've warmed up and strengthened and turned on pretty much all the muscles that are, so you can really hug yourself. Big self-love here. And then stretch your legs out. If you need any blocks or props for your Shavasana, get them. Adjust your head. Place it down carefully. This is priceless machinery. I can't believe we all have one of these. Incredible bodies, minds. Just touch your head, touch all over. Hold the front and back. Oh, just like so grateful. Hold the sides, the temples, and calm here. Breathe, calm, safety. You're safe on the ground. You're safe in your home. You're safe. Tell this. Let the palms of the hands soothe the amygdala buttons that are beneath them. The long-term trauma, that storage freezers that are attached to the amygdala. Let them know you're okay. Everything's okay. No need for the alarm bells. Let's tell the immune system about it. Bring your fingers to the upper chest and tap here. And just the way the crystals love that full moon, Let's let that light, the energy of today into this. What used to be a beautiful thymus when we were young is now just like this shriveled, desiccated thing that scientists thought didn't do much, but they think it does now, even though it's tiny. But it is true, most of the education happened when we were younger, can still activate it. The T cells are still here, they still go to school here to learn. And we need them to learn the difference between self and non-self. So, because in women, autoimmune conditions are much, much higher than in men. And we need our T cells to be on it, to not attack us. We don't want flare-ups. And then adjust your shoulder blades if you need to, your butts, your glutes as you need to, arms as you need to. Roll your limbs in and out. And we did do twisting and a lot of things that would have helped the toxins release from wherever they were stuck. So I'm sweeping my spleen. I'm starting in the midline at my xiphoid process, and I'm sweeping to the left bottom rib cage. Starting the center and sweeping to the left. And I'm just taking today, Tuesday, and my neighborhood is trash day. And it's trash day for the spleen. I'm taking out the trash. We want that spleen, which holds our lymphocytes and all our immune cells swim through there at some point or another, are the red and white pulp of the blood. We want that nice and clean. Bring your palms to face the sky. Take a nice, deep, cleansing breath in. And a long, long exhale out. Let your front body fall into your back body and let go. Because of this super, super jumbo full moon combo of Aquarius and Leo, where I feel like anything is possible, let's make a crazy ask, just a crazy ask. Let's just dedicate this Shavasana to releasing all the stress from the shutdown, all the stress that we don't even know we're still carrying from not just from the shutdown, but from like today back to, let's go back to 220, January 2. Let's go all the way back to January 220. Just ask that to melt away. And the 12 step, that 6th step of just asking God to remove all the character, they use the word defects, but I don't love that word. Asking God to remove them. Just ask this sun and moon to cleanse us of our stress. Take a deep breath in, drink it in, drink in this beautiful light. Exhale what's ready to go. Languish, really breathe this in. Breathe in the next breath. Exhale. Inhale. Release whatever is ready. Let the moon, let the sun cleanse you. When you're ready, stretch your arms and yawn and move side side, really feeling the elasticity, the spaciousness, cellular repair that's happening. We must heal at that cellular level, that crystalline level of the sun, that the cell that the moonlight is so good at helping reconstruct, reconfigure. Draw that left knee in, roll to your right side, snuggle into a little fetal position, a little embryonic position, and breathe back to a time in the womb. And even if you had a mom who wasn't awesome at that time, and you guys all had awesome moms, but even if you didn't, there had to have been a good day in there, a good minute. Where your body and your soul knew safety. Then push your hand down into the earth to rise, emerging from that embryonic womb, sitting up tall, held in the womb of your own dark mother, which is the energy of the universe that holds us and protects us. When it feels like we're just falling, we've all had this occasion to know we were held. Feel that now as we sit on Mother Earth. Feel connected to that sun that lives inside you, that sunlight, in that heart center, in the solar center. As you forge your way through your beautiful life. Reach your arms up to the sky, calling that light in deliberately, the courage of Leo sun, the quirkiness of Aquarian moon, the innovative moon. Hands together, thumbs slide down to the heart center, elbows proud, out to the side, shoulder blades strong. From the song of your heart, one Om, inhale. Oh. We raise that prayer that lives in our heart to our mind's awareness. We bow forward, great reverence, great love. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bless you guys. Sit up tall. Go get your day. Go get your life. I love you. Many blessings. Thank you, thank you, thank you.